Hello, my dear friends. Welcome to Monday Nights with Mohit Kamath on the 26th episode. Hi, guys. How are you doing? I'm just checking some things here. Yeah, there you go. How are you doing? Hellos, a lot of hellos today. Manjunath Reddy, hello. And we have Disha. Hi, Disha. Hello, Sarvesh. Congratulations for your uh, you won the voucher, Amazon voucher of 500 rupees. Fantastic. So, Rapscallion, oh my God. Rapscallion, we missed you last time. I was actually looking for you. We had a fantastic blast for the Silver Jubilee celebration, which is 25th episode of Monday Nights with Mohit. And you lost a great opportunity to win Amazon vouchers, man. Fantastic. Not a problem. So I think I'll keep doing it every month or maybe twice, 2 months once. So fantastic. So how was your Monday, guys? I hope this is the question I repeat all the time, right? I like to repeat this because Mondays are the fresh days, and these are the days where you will have to motivate yourself and pick up yourself to have a great week ahead, and give your best in whatever you're doing. Either you're a badminton player, or you're working at an office, you're a gym trainer, maybe you're a driver, maybe you're a pilot, maybe you're a doctor, engineer, whatever you are. Make sure you have a fantastic Mondays. Okay, never mind. Yes, I was caught up in the vid. Nice giveaway. Yes, nice. Yes, it was a nice giveaway. I think two of them did not respond to me, so I couldn't give them the vouchers. But yes, Gauri received 1,000 rupees of worth of vouchers, and you, Mr. Sarvesh, you received that. Anusha Shanbag, namaskara. She is just in the other side of the room, and she's saying namaskara. That's my wife, always supporting. So yeah, so I think this time, today's topic, we have two topics. One is, you can see on my left side here. Can you see that? Daihatsu Indonesian Masters 2022, and we had amazing news, which is Lakshya Sen played quarterfinals, and including PV Sindhu, our very own PV Sindhu. So I just have an update on that, and we will go through the draw, and we will also go through the next Indonesian Open, which is there continuously. That should be exciting. So, Mr. Rohit Kamath, hello, brother. Sir, did you saw epic episode of the badminton experience of HK Wittingus and Anders Antonsen with Marcus Gideon? No, I didn't see that. But yes, you gave me a good homework. I think I could learn some things from them. So how was it? You can explain that to us here. I think it'll be good. I think last time we had discussed. If I'm not wrong, Sarvesh, you would have told this, right? So a lot of players have to come forward, making their own podcast, and try to talk with other players and try to celebrate badminton, because badminton is completely on a uptrend, on a high trend right now, and it's the whole ecosystem has to work together, whether it is players, whether it is the administration, whether it is the marketing team, whether it is the referees, the tournaments. Everybody should celebrate this sport, this wonderful sport. Then only we can see lots and larger people will drive into the sport. Very nice episode. I suggest catching up. Yes, I will definitely very soon. Sir, it's on YouTube. Channel name is The Badminton Experience. Yes, wonderful. The Badminton Experience. I saw somewhere Peter Gade and Anders Antonsen were there in one of the video. I couldn't see that fully, but yes, I would like to go to this channel. I think it's very important also for players to share that insight. You know, excuse me. So that insight, which is which many young budding players will not be known to, that kind of inner feeling. I think it's important to all these best players to come out and share those insights, and the kind of winning or losing edge, whatever you call it on. So they should come and share. I think that's wonderful. When I was at the top, I think this platform was not so popular, and we didn't know how to do it. And now I think this is a key for all these players to come and do it. Okay, so we'll go with one more minute, and then we will dive into our Monday night's special topics. Any crazy news do you think we have in badminton other than Monday nights with sorry, other than other than Indonesian Open? Any crazy news which we have not heard of? Because my initial source of information is just from Google and YouTube, but there are many other platforms which we can find out of. Sir, they normally get 10K views in 1 week, but this episode with Marcus Gideon, it crossed 100K in 1 day. Indonesian effect. Yes, absolutely. And this is what I will talk about. How special the Indonesian Open is, and how, this Indonesian this Indonesian country, men and women love this sport much beyond like the way we have cricket in India. And a lot of players from India and from the world, across the world, have mentioned that their aspirations to play this tournament, the Indonesian Open, because it has a completely different kind of ambience where all the fans, especially from Indonesia, come and they shout and they cheer and they celebrate this, the whole Indonesian Open, right? That itself is splendid and magnificent. Yeah, Sarvesh. Well, no, I haven't played in Indonesia. That was my dream to play, but I couldn't get that chance to play. I played in Singapore. I played in Singapore, but not Indonesia, because I had to play Indonesia and Malaysia, two tournaments in 2013, but I got in patella tendonitis, my knee injury, and post that, I couldn't play. No problem. Okay, so whatever questions you have, you keep posting so that we can keep discussing on that. So today's first topic, the Indonesian Open. We all know that Victor Axelsen performed so well in this tournament, and he smashed through all of them. And even in the finals, he's so contented, I would say, that he exercises his choice and his mind in such a great sense of confidence. He goes into the court. You can look at his body language, maybe his shoulders, and the way his eye contact is towards the player and towards that approach to give that whole heart out to that game is just phenomenal. This is something all players should look forward to have that brilliant confidence in that, the way he steps on court and moves around on court, even when there are times where it doesn't go well. He completely changes himself to with that particular situation. That's brilliant. That's really brilliant. Sarvesh, it's my dream to watch a badminton match in Indonesia as soon as possible. I think this dream can only come true. Maybe yes, next week or maybe the next year. I hope your dream comes true. Raf Scallion, I'll call you Raf. Hypothetically, so feel free to ignore. But if LCW and LD were still playing, do you think Victor Axelsen would beat even them? Victor Axelsen had have beaten them even during their peak. I think. See, there was an era where Lindan. I was watching this match in the morning. 2008 Olympics. I will definitely do a smart badminton analysis on that. If you see that 2008 Olympics final, I can 100% vouch to the fact that that was the most ferocious badminton played ever in the history. The kind of strength Lindan portrayed in that match is just unbelievable. I can just feel the way he was pumped up for that match is unbelievable. Every shot which he has hit, especially those smashes, was crazy timing, and the power which he was delivered was absolutely amazing, out of the world. I think beyond that, attacking badminton you can never see anywhere. This I can guarantee from my research. He was just a beast. He was a monster that day. And poor Lee Chongwei, he couldn't do anything that day because the force of the Chinese lad was huge, was too good on that day. I highly recommend everyone to go and watch that finals. It was just like, it felt like he was there to come and take the trophy. It did not matter who was there on the opposite side because, see, this is somewhere psychologically, Lindan is different. It it doesn't matter who he is playing with. It all matters to him that his internal confidence and internal challenge that he competes with himself. He was just getting better and better in that every point of that finals. Sir, what do you think? Which countries have best badminton audience, and where does India stand? That's a brilliant question, Sarvesh. I think by far Indonesia is the best badminton country, I would say, and they have the best audience. I think India is picking up, and it has rapidly picked up. If you see the Premier Badminton League, there was quite a lot of crowd in that, and the kind of achievements we are doing right now with Lakshya Sen, which the men's team won Thomas Cup. So many second string players from the top 50 to 100 and 150. So many players are winning different tournaments across Asia and Europe. So this itself, brings us to a level where in India we are becoming a prime sport. There is no competition against cricket or something like that, but I would say we are coming up really faster, and it all, excuse me, it all depends on the fact that how well do we marketize this sport in our country. That really depends on the administration or the marketing people and the strategy who they have, and let's wait and watch. Good evening, sir. Showering blessings. Yes. Raf, I thought they were towards the retirement and weakening when VA was playing. Um, Kind of yes, kind of no. But I would say that they had that all the experience to tackle a youngster. But this youngster, Victor Axelsen, has come up really well. And Lindan and Lee Chongwei, I believe they were so popular, just like Rafael Nadal and uh, Roger Federer. YouTube gave a lot of access to this particular competition between these two rivals. The social media getting popular and popular more by the time of 2008 to 2014 and 15, and a lot of people getting access to social media, and people started playing badminton. Badminton became a limelighted sport across the world, and India, it started well in India at that period, 2014 onwards, because we saw that Saina Nehwal was completely into the top 10 of the sport, and we were receiving a lot of news from that. I think those different factors, the media, the accessibility to the media, and people, shifting from old methodologies to the smartphones. All these factors, I would say, for badminton, Lee Chong Wei and Lindan became the most biggest rivals in badminton. So that's my take on that. I really love the way the interaction is happening, right? So fantastic. So many things. I'm also trying to figure out things across our country and holistically in badminton. Indonesia, Malaysia, China, Thailand, Japan, India. Is the sequence correct? I It's correct from your side, but yeah. So these are almost like Indian. I mean the Asian countries. But yes, it's a very popular sport in Asia. But I think London has a good, uh, also has a good, following of the sport because of the All England championship. They started the sport. We all know that. Last time I had asked a question: Who started badminton? Who named badminton? Can anyone say that here? Oh, even I forgot. The Okay, something Bugot, right? Raf can tell us. It's from their. It's from your country, I believe. Badminton is second famous sport in India after cricket. Soon it will surpass cricket. I kind of don't agree with you, Mr. Rohit, because cricket, India bleeds blue. India might not bleed racket. India might not bleed shuttlecock or badminton. So, nothing against cricket, but it's a beautiful game and it has spread wide across our country from many decades. I think competing against that might not be fair because, by default in cricket, there are almost 25 players on field, 25 people on field. But in badminton, it's just two people and one referee and couple of referees, right? So that itself says the popularity of the sport. And I mean, in terms of the people, Raf, you're right. Duke of Beaufort. Well, not that much. Unfortunately, it was not super popular here. Okay, so let's quickly dive in first on our topic and then we can move forward. Okay. Okay, so firstly, I hope you can, all of you can see this. Um, well, we have the draw here. Um, this is women's singles draw, and Chen Yufi, the top seeded player, and Akarshi Kashyap qualified from the qualification rounds, and she lost to Bivin Zhang from United States of America. She played really well, and there you go. We can see PV Sindhu seated number fourth, and she did not have that kind of tough. I would say tough in the sense the ranking wise, but the matches have been extended to three games. In this whole tournament, when I saw PV Sindhu's matches in on YouTube, I felt like she was not that aggressive and not that moving well on court. There was no other. I mean, I couldn't find any of the statements of Sindhu that she was not able to move or how she was feeling. But the quarterfinals which she played against Rachanok was absolutely, I think, around 30% of her actual game style or game presence, and it was surprising. But Rachanok eventually succumbed to the top seed, which is 21-16. If you can see the score here, 21-15, 18-21, and 21-16. Um, that was the women's singles draw. And if we go to the men's singles draw, you know, Lakshya Sen, seeded number 7, as you can see here. He played well against Hans Christian Solberg, Wittingson 21-10 and 21-18. Then Lakshya Sen beat Rasmus Gemke. This was the same player who lost to Pranoy, HS Pranoy in the semifinals, right, of Thomas Cup. And he beat quite comfortably. And then Chao Tin Chai, not Chai, Chao Tian Chen. So difficult names for us. It's like a tongue twister. Yeah, so then Victor Axelsen. If you see the record of Victor Axelsen, he beat Rustavito 14-7. Then he beat Wang Su Wei 10-13. Enjika Long Angus 21-13, 21-9. Then he beat Anthony Ginting 15-15. What a control. And then final Chao Tin Chai 21-10 and 21-12. Look at his control and confidence. Fantastic. So now we can go quickly towards the Lakshya Sen's smart badminton analysis. There were not much, but I found a couple of things which Lakshya Sen did really well. But eventually, the pace was too high in the third game by Chow. Let's quickly go and watch the smart badminton analysis. Hi, welcome to Daihatsu Indonesian Masters 2022 quarterfinals match between Lakshya Sen and Chow Tin Chow. So this match, when I saw this match, Lakshya Sen was not at that. I felt that he was not in that aggression which we could see on German Open and All England Championships, and also even during Thomas Cup. I think he, maybe because of the other matches, in this tournament, would have taken a toll on his body. But if you see the overhead shots, the quality of the overhead shots which Lakshya Sen has developed, from this position to the downward stroke here, and these three shots are exceptionally good. So he has learned to quickly go to that shuttle and be early, and then get a fantastic angles to the point number 2 and 3 from this point number 1. Very cheeky. It's very cheeky. And Chow Tin Chai is kind of a player, and he keeps playing. Whether there is sun, there is moon, whether there is wind, whether there is rain, it doesn't matter for him. He just keeps playing. He has that ability, The people who, I think he belongs to a kind of breed where people will never get tired. Yeah, that's a very smooth footwork what Lakshya Sen has come, and that's a great confidence. If you can see, he psychologically also Lakshya Sen really, he's really strong and very stable on his landing parts. Yeah, that's good. And look at his footwork. Good agile footwork, good lunges. Nice. That's nice. Yeah. So it's all about, if you see the score here, it's 13-70. It's all about who takes the net, who takes it early, and who can maintain the attack and try to go closer towards the game. It looks like Chow Tin Chai is leading a bit. Yeah. Yeah, it's a good footwork. Perfect on the line. Yeah. Oh, that's a good body smash. Yeah, so first game was taken by Chow Tin Chai. I think this game, he really got the rhythm. Excuse me. So there you could see, there's a lot of the score. If you see, there's a huge gap here. I mean, Lakshya Sen is clearly leading, and I think this game was completely dominated by Lakshya. One thing I really like about Lakshya Sen is he's able to refocus even if he lose the focus in between the game. He is able to come back at any given point of time. And we have seen through the history that he is exceptionally good. Look at that. He's exceptionally good during the score of maybe 12 to 15 towards the game. It's a good length. And these kind of halls, right? These kind of halls, I mean the stadiums. These kind of stadiums will have a kind of drift. You might not be able to go directly towards the corner because you will not have the right flight the way you want it. Nice, that's a good one. So I think third game, if you see, right, so if you can go back to this video and you can watch on your own. I saw that this time Chow Ten Chai was clearly under control in the third game right from the beginning, and there was a increase in pace from Chow Ten Chai, and that made him take more points right from the beginning. And this is something I really want to uh, admire about Indonesians, that the fans there, the fans out there are crazy. Just as you can see in India, we have the same thing, and I think even more in cricket matches. People are just crazy about the players, the matches itself. I'll also take you through some of the videos how fans react during the warm-ups. Right, many players say that this is a dream match for all of them, dream place to play the tournament, Indonesian Open. So that's how you can see Chow Ten Chai broke the Indian hopes. Never mind. There's always next time. Yeah. Still, he doesn't give up, right? That's the real quality of champion. Ah, that is clear. This is how our Indian dreams were broken up. Well, that was a fantastic fight by Lakshya Sen. And yes, apologies if Chow Tien Chen is hearing or is going to watch this video. I misspelled him. It's not chai, because that time I was having a chai and Chow Tien Chen, that became chai. Chow Tien Chai. So it got messed up. Not a problem. Okay. CTC seems much too lazy and reactive rather than proactive. Plays and stands. Doesn't seem very active. I think that's his style, and I think he's very intelligent in that way. He doesn't pace up until and unless there is a need for it, right? And that he really does well. Yes, Sarvesh. Chow Tien Chow. Chow or chai. I told the chai story. I'll always remember Chow Tien Chen. Sindhu need to first change Mr. Defensive Coach Park. She sorry, she forgot how to attack because of him. Well, I respect your opinion, but yeah, I don't think so. The coach is much defensive, but yes, he actually changed. He and the other Korean coach, the lady female Korean coach, the Kim, I forgot her name. So she really changed Sindhu's attacking style, and the follow through after a strong smash down the line, even from the forehand and from the backhand. Sindhu was not going towards the net before, and after that, if you can see completely the change. You can identify that change in Sindhu's matches from 2017 and 18, and then you watch the finals of 2019 World Championships. Sindhu had a very clear difference of a follow through. Seems quite casual versus VA. He got rightfully punished for it. I'm telling you, the finals, he has mastered how to be at his best on the finals. And somewhere in the video, he was mentioning about, this flow. There are a lot of cultures across the world who follow and practice the flow, right? It's not imagining at that time. This is the present time we are talking, and we have to be completely immersed into this present situation, and that's the flow, right? If you can practice that, and you may be finding great results from that. And that's what Victor Axelsen was talking about, flow state. Yes, Raf. Sarvesh, sir, why I can't find your Twitter, my Twitter account? No, my Twitter account is there, but I'm not that active in that. Okay. Well, let's go to the second topic. And our second topic is the birthday boy. our very own Sri Prakash Padukone sir. He was my coach at one time. I started playing badminton in 2001, and in the year 2004, I shifted to Bangalore from a very small town in Karnataka. And I joined his academy, and from then onwards, he was my coach for the next almost 2011, which is almost 8 years. I deeply cherish. I thank God that he was my coach, and he is a wonderful human being. Let's quickly go to Prakash Padukone sir. Wishing Prakash Padukone sir from all the YouTube participants here and from me with the Monday night show. Very happy birthday, Prakash sir. So let's quickly go to his Wikipedia page and find out about his results and what he has done, his early life, and some nice stuff. There's a nice question, Sarvesh. I'll come back to you on that. Okay, Prakash Padukone, sir, was born on 10th June 1955. That means he's 67-year-old right now. Is a former Indian badminton ranked world number one in 1980. The same year, he became the first Indian to win all England badminton championships. He was awarded the Arjuna Award in 1972 and Padma Shri in 1982 by the Government of India. He is one of the co-founders of Olympic Gold Quest, a foundation dedicated to the promotion of Olympic sports in India. That's a great thought process, and that was a great initiative taken by Prakash Padukone sir and Geet Sethi, former international and the legend from billiards and snooker, I believe. So they started this foundation, Olympic Gold Quest, where hundreds of athletes across India are being supported for their training and for their sponsorships. And we have received multiple medals in Olympics, Commonwealth Games, and in their individual sport in tournaments. That's a great, great initiative. We are very happy to have that. Let's quickly go to his early life. His father name was Ramesh Padukone, and that time it was not Karnataka Badminton Association; it was Mysore Badminton Association. Strange, right? So he won. This is something when you remember in the initial episodes. I think it was sixth episode. I spoke about consistency and commitment. You can clearly see these two things as the first priority for Prakash sir. Padukone's first official tournament was Karnataka State Junior Championship. Then, if you see here, into a more aggressive style in 1971 and won the Indian national junior title in 1972. He also won, this is something you need to hear, he also won senior title same year. He won the national title consecutively for the next 7 years. 7 years national champion. Isn't that great? To be consistent 7 years, 7 times, and winning the tournament, you need a different level of confidence and mental strength, also physical strength. His personal life, Padukone sir married Ujjala. They have two daughters, Deepika and Anisha. We all know Deepika Padukone. A lot of you are fan of Deepika Padukone. Me too. And there are so many world championships. 1983, he won bronze, lost to Aichuk Sujiarto from Indonesia, and won gold against Hanjian in 1981. World Games, Asian Championships, bronze, Commonwealth Games, winner, 1978. This was the breakthrough for his career. Then we have from 79 to 85, so many titles, winners and runners. You know, he is a legend. He is the first legend from Indian badminton. So there was this story, right? So I was talking to one of the coaches of Prakash Padukone Academy in the early days. He was my coach too. His name was Balachandran Raman. And he was mentioning that he once Prakash sir was traveling to Thomas Cup. which was going to be held on New Zealand. On the flight, he just couldn't take the smell of non-veg, and he started puking. That is where he realized, it seems, from the story what I've learned, that is where he realized that I cannot take this anymore. I cannot be veg anymore. If I have to, travel and play in different countries, I have to travel and I have to turn non-vegetarian. Look at that commitment at that particular time. He decided that decision making is very, very important. Now, on the other hand, I'm not suggesting or opinion or giving that opinion that you have to turn non-vegetarian. No, this is just about a story of, the commitment and the choice, that everything was lined up to one particular thing, that which is badminton. That kind of choice and that decision making power he had, he committed to one thing, and there were lots of other decisions. If you see what I have heard through, and also from a couple of Google articles, that no controversy, no controversy. Why? Because it will not help my sport, it will not help my game, it will disturb me. Again, back to badminton, streamline it. No parties. I have heard from his book, in the book, that 17 years he did not even do single party. Hard to believe, but yes, 17 years, no hardcore parties. Why? For badminton. Committed. That's the reason I think he also has received so many titles. He was completely focused to do that. Uh, we have a question, Sarvesh Pandey. Also, her shift, I think PV Sindhu's shift from Pulela Gopichan Badminton Academy to Suchitra Academy is a major reason. Well, everybody has freedom to choose where, when, and how they want to train. I think that's completely okay. Sarvesh, sir, please don't go too soon. Please stay till 9. Yes, absolutely. 9 and even beyond that. I think if you interact with the right kind of material here, I'm ready to stay even more up to 9:30. I don't mind. So that's something, I would I really admire of Prakash sir, and he's very, very simple. And once, I had asked this question. We had gone to Mysore for one of the tournament. I was a participant there, and he was chief guest. And I asked him, sir, how did you how did you come across certain pressures in your life, like pressure to perform when whole India has been looking at you, that you have to win this tournament. How were you exercising that those thoughts, and how were you able to perform even under that tremendous pressure? He said it very beautifully on the dinner table, that what are you doing right now? He said, we are having dinner. That's the only thing you need to do. Just have the dinner quietly, focus on the food, focus on that chewing and getting inside. And then you will see that, being in the present is very, very important. He did not answer my question the way I wanted it, but he left a small kind of a note for me, which really made me realize that, okay, being in the present, that flow state is very important. You're having food, you have your food. You're conversating with someone, just focus on the conversation. You're playing, you're practicing, just focus on the practice. You're driving, just focus on the road and the driving. That's all. That's, I think, the key of becoming the best in what you are doing. And that allows you to penetrate into that deep focus state, where the whole awareness becomes kind of, the blur moves out, and you are completely focused and involved and immersed in that present situation, and you will understand whatever changes is happening in your surroundings. That was a good one. Yes, sir, everyone has freedom, but her sparring partner as Suchitra is Akarshi Kashyap. Well, that's something individual. I wouldn't want to go into that, because it leads to different conversations, and I feel that at this platform we don't have to take this. I feel that. Well, this was the man Prakash Padukone, and we all know that he has been a role model for many young badminton players during the 90s and 80s and 2000s. Uh, it is great. I had one more question. Just wonderful. By Raf. Certainly not as respected as tennis. Badminton certainly not as respected as tennis in terms of racket sports. Oh yeah, I think it's England. Most people think it is a chalta hai garden sport. Yeah, it used to be, but I think it's picking up. The media coverage has been really good. Not up to the mark, but yes, it has been really good. I think it has to pick up. It will pick up. I feel very confident, but it also depends on how the administration have the plan. Like if you see 5 years back, um, there were not so many tournaments in terms of the strategic allocation of these tournaments, like how we have Super 100, Super 300, Super 1000. That allocation was not that clearly as it is right now. And even the sponsorships, if you see, has been tremendously jumped up. And it has been doing great right now. I think also one of the major factor is the media, the social media, the YouTubes and other platforms, which gives easy access for anybody for that matter. Sarvesh, Sir Anders Antonsen, P. Kashyap, Satvik Chirag, Saina Nehwal, and Teresa Gayatri withdrawn from Indonesian Open. Yeah, I know. I saw that Saina Nehwal has been withdrawn, but I was not sure of Teresa and Gayatri. Yes, injury, right? So it is very difficult. Let me give this, a perspective that as a player, once you play at least 2 to 3 tournaments, this high quality tournaments, and your body is stretched to the maximum of the levels who you are on that particular day in that particular season. I think at that time individually, if your body doesn't cope up with the right, um, uh, if it doesn't cope up with that extreme stress of playing tournaments, then you will have to be smart in picking up the right tournaments. Otherwise, injuries can come anyhow, and there are multiple reasons and various reasons for getting injured. Right? You go for different countries, maybe the weather. We all saw what happened to people when they played Thailand Open during the COVID times. It's just not in our hands. There are some things which you can control, but there are few things which absolutely out of control. Few people predicted Ranki Reddy Shetty to win. That is sad. Well, yeah, um, heart breaks sometimes. We cannot predict, but not. It's not easy. Also, no. Satvik and Ranki Reddy, they might be having a lot of confidence now. They will have the confidence now to beat anybody in the world, but it all depends on the different situations where they have to tackle. Right from the, I think, the quarterfinals matches, or maybe pre-quarterfinal matches. The new Indonesian pair which recently played the finals. I think they won. I did not follow the result, but they are really good. Those two youngsters are very good. So please tell how to popularize our favorite sport in America and Europe outside of Denmark. I think it's a collective effort from society, from the sport administration, the players, um, the events, like how the rivalries we have Lee Chong Wei and Lindan. I think there are four rivalries, right? Lee Chong Wei, Lindan, Tawfiq Hidayat, and Peter Gade. At that particular time, right? So that was fantastic. I would say 2012 to 2015, or even little before that, 2008 onwards. That rivalry was fantastic, and the tournaments which happen, the big tournaments where world top players will come and participate, and there are a lot of youngsters who come and watch the matches. They get inspired the way they are playing, their fame, their game, their fitness, that ambience, that environment, all these small or medium things which will really inspire the whole ecosystem. I think that is, ecosystem is one thing, but also different things like Like I was reading about tennis, how it was popularized before ATP. Um, there was a player from. It's difficult, to remember. I have a poor memory on that particular part. This tennis legend, right? So he won a couple of Wimbledons and Australian Opens, and after that he decided that the whole sport has to reach out to the masses, reach out to the different corners of the world. And what he did was almost 3 to 4 years. He just traveled across South Africa, then deeper parts of America, and he just started playing tennis on the roadsides, on the gardens, near the gardens. So many he invited so big players to come and just have a donation, a kind of charity kind of events where they go play and donate and give that charity. Like that, they popularized the sport in tennis. This was I think in 70s, when I was reading about the ATP, the success stories of ATP and all. So that's how it was popularized. Something like that. Even badminton players have to reach out to the masses. So no, I'm saying how to popularize in America where no one knows Lindan and Taufik. Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Um, I think some sort of business and business returns, which they can get huge returns in business, and that could be one part. The second part would be to some kind of American player would come up, like how Carolina Marin out of nowhere from Spain came out and became an Olympic champion. Something like that. We will have to wait and watch somebody coming from America to coming into the world badminton stage. Then I think it can quickly popularize in America. That was a good question, Sarvesh. Thank you for that. American population is a very strange population, right? So for badminton, there hasn't been such a kind of limelight what we see in Asia and um, Europe. But it's strange that the rugby. If you see rugby, which is so popular in America, it's nowhere in India. I've never seen people playing rugby in India. Very few people. Do you think it's high time to upgrade Indian Open from Super 500 to 750? That's a challenge that again comes from the lot of bidding factor in BWF committee, and we'll have this the bidding for tournaments in BWF format. I think they will have to do that. We already have Indian Open, which is so popular. I think it is a challenge, but yes, I think you're right. We can upgrade. I think this time, Pulela Gopichand sir becoming vice president, I think he will have lots of ideas to popularize sport in our country and put India. We all know that he is one of the main man to put India on the badminton world map. He has done an exceptional job. Now I think the kind of role he has got, vice presidentialship or presidentship, he has got it. And I think at least I am looking for the great future, uh, mainly for our players to get that kind of exposure, and also creating good number of tournaments or maybe level of tournaments. Maybe that could happen. What's your opinion on this rule that only two shuttlers from one country can play in CWG? Yeah, that's the rule, right? So even in Olympic, you can see only top four that gets the direct entry, and from 5 to 16, only two players from the country are allowed, and then from 16 to whatever the draw is, the next it's a 128 draw, 7 rounds. I think that every country will get a chance to play. I think that's a fair chance, right? So everybody should get that chance. Akash Barua. Hello, Akash. We all missed you. A lot of people didn't come for the 25th episode. You all missed a fantastic show that day. So, do you think all the players who are able to perform good in the junior circuit are successful in the senior circuit? Fantastic question, Akash. So there is a BWF research where it states that 95% of the junior players do not succeed in senior category. There is a transition level where from juniors to seniors around 1 or 2 years, where the coach really plans how the transition happens. If you know what a periodization is, those who don't know, periodization is a yearly program, or we have three different cycles in this: macro, micro, and meso. Macro, meso, and micro cycle. That the whole season, which is the pre-season, during the season, and post-season, is planned in such a way that the player exactly knows which time frame he belongs to in that periodization, and how many tournaments he plays, what kind of routines he or she goes on, whether it is strength and endurance or technical or tactical. It all depends, like, pre-competition and competition, all these factors comes under one particular area, which is periodization. As per the periodization, they will have to really plan. uh, I do that planning. So you will have to plan. If a junior is there, let's say that, for explanation sake, that he's under 15, and we and we decide that, three priorities: priority number 1, priority number 2, and priority number 3 tournaments. Priority number 1 is the original event. If the player is under 15, then his priority belongs to that particular category. Priority number 2 is something which is under 17 or under 19. Again, it depends on the individual ability to play with a big higher category of players. And then priority number 3 is simply maybe the location. Let's say that he or she is in Bangalore, and priority number 3 tournament is in Bangalore. Then for the sake of exposure, that player can participate. And that, when we say that it's priority number 3, there should be certain expectation that, he or she cannot go directly and win the tournament. There are some exceptions, like we saw Unnati Huda. That's something very different from Blue Moon. But that might not, that we cannot keep that as an idol, that everybody will have to give that exposure and 14-15 saal mein hi they'll become. No, it's very rare. But an idealistic program will be such that, every year they play maybe 15, 20, or maybe 12 to 20 tournaments, depending on their body conditions and how they have done a pre-season preparations in terms of physical, mental, technical, tactical, whatever it is. Based on that, that transition will happen from junior to senior. Because they are human beings, that psychological framework should be in a very, very progressive manner. Because what happens is, if a junior is very good in the junior circuit, and if he is not into the proper transition and not given a good transition plan through periodization, then the expectation will be too hard on themselves. Sometimes players, they put that expectations directly on themselves, that I was a junior champion, I have to become a senior champion. If that doesn't happen, they will sometimes overtrain, get burned out, maybe injury. They will face some very bad injuries, and then their career graph will come down. And that career might end up in a very bad situation, and that completely hampers your day-to-day life. Players are sometimes so sensitive that those dreams which are unfulfilled, and that because of that, they will, again get back to the game in a very different way as a coach, which is not harmful. But you will have to carefully reflect on, things which you feel that, okay, I have something which is post my badminton career. You will have to develop certain other things. Maybe you can become a, actor, you can become a DJ, you can become a whatever it is. If you plan like that, you can do it. We were a little off topic, but yeah. Aikya Shetty: adopting the model of IPL and Kabaddi League will give more momentum for badminton in India. Unfortunately, PBL didn't took that leap. Yes, I agree with you, Aikya. So this is something was an event, like a window to the masses, which was not to the badminton fraternity, but towards the outward world, where outside players were coming here, and different cities used to have these matches. And people used to get, like, for example, Bangalore, and we had this one tournament in somewhere in Chennai. So Chennai, I have never known any player for any international tournaments which has been held in Chennai. But Chennai crowd or maybe Tamil Nadu crowd were fortunate enough to see some of the good players, right? So top 20, 30 players to come and play there. Even Victor Axelsen came and played. So that was a great initiative. Yeah, Ikea Shetty, I completely agree with that. It didn't took a leap, and I feel one of the main reason why badminton it's difficult to popularize badminton the way cricket or tennis is the camera angles. We need to find the right camera angles which will switch on at the right moment. If you see from the back angle, as a badminton player I can tell you it looks really easy, that the way they play the move on court, it's the angle which they show right during the rally. It looks like badminton is so easy, but if you show them on the side angles, then you will understand how fast, how powerful the game is. I think you mean American football. Rugby is more in Europe. Yeah, American football. Apologies for that. But yes, America is more insular in terms of sports. Example, also with baseball, only really played there in Japan, right? Yes, we don't play baseball here, nor they play gilli danda there. What's your opinion on this rule that only two? Okay, we have done this. What leap do you mean, IKEA Shetty? I did see Kabaddi League advertised very well. Yeah, I think what he meant was, suddenly hitting maybe 100 million views. That did not happen for badminton. Sarvesh, in Olympics, I'm okay with it, but in Commonwealth Games, there's no competition in badminton. They give chance to shuttlers from Bangladesh, Maldives, Sri Lanka, Nepal, etc., and they go home losing 23 and 25 kind. I think that's okay. I will scroll. You be with me on this question. In Olympics, I'm okay, but with Commonwealth Games, it is just like a mini Olympics. As you said, that how do you popularize sport, right? So you give enough chances to these people, irrespective of how they lose or win. That gives a hope for these kind of countries for players to come in and participate. Look at things as a wide with a wider perspective and wider horizon. Yeah. Well, fantastic questions. I think we've we have interacted really well today. Yeah, but nothing wrong, Mr. Sarvesh. So I completely go with it because, see, now, right now, if you see International Olympic Committee, they have this value education programs, and they are going through different countries, which are like you would say, literally third world countries from Africa and deeper parts of Asian countries. They're going there and developing and delivering an value educational program that sport has to be included in their daily lives. Because it's not just a competition where you get into that sport and you learn how to compete and get your confidence level up, but also in terms of interaction, getting into the society of people, knowing, making friends, building values together, fighting with spirit, sporting spirit, but yet you come back, even if you lose, you come back and make that friendship happen. Now that is the kind of value education we need in our society. It's not that you become a champion and you feel that you're too enamored as as a champion, and you don't respect other rivals or other badminton players when your career is done. We don't want such kind of people. We want people who will equally support and be together even when the things are not good around. Sarvesh, yeah, sir, I 500% agree with you. We should give chances to these players, but is it enough giving chances once in 4 years? That could be debatable, but it's Commonwealth Games. There are high stakes towards it. On another note, what is the rough cost of training in India full time? I think that's, I would like to say in dollars. with your food, with your training cost. For it depends. Different academies have different price structure, but as a ballpark, I would say that somewhere around $1,000 US dollars. Okay, so I would be going for another 5 minutes. If you have any topic, let's discuss. Let's talk on this. I think Sarvesh and Raf has been wonderful today. Big round of applause for both of you. Have been engaging quite a lot here. Thank you so much, Raf and Sarvesh. Akash Baruad. So this question is related to the first one. What is the difference in the requirements for playing in the junior circuit as compared to the senior circuit? I'm not. I did not follow the question very well. What is the difference in the requirements? Like, what kind of requirements you're saying for playing in the junior circuit as compared to the senior circuit? So this question is related to the first one. What is the difference in the requirements? Okay. Yes, Mr. Raf, $1,000 per month. Sir, who is the most famous shuttler that you have met? I've met everyone at my during my playing times. Taufik, Lee Chong Wei, Lindan, um, Peter Gade. I've met everybody, but I was not a photo freak. I did not click any photos. That was my. I never wanted to click photos with them, but I think one or two players I've clicked, but I don't have the photos right now because that was sometime in 2008 and 9. We didn't have the smartphones at that time, right? Raf, you're very welcome. Happy to support. Thank you. Okay, so this question is related to the first one. What is the difference in the requirements for playing the junior circuit? Well, there is no hard. This is something my opinion. There is no something called a hard rule as a playing style, as you said. You have to be aggressive, and you have to have a typical bookish kind of style. But I would prefer somewhere around three to five qualities. One is since the stadiums are quite drifty. A lot of big. I'm talking about the international circuit. The stadiums are really drifty, so you need to have a good attacking style, I would say. Even if you don't have the hardest smash, but somewhere a bit of deceptive, like Kidambi Srikanth has a deceptive smash. Now I see Lakshya Sen from overhead. He has a wonderful deceptive smash. He uses he uses the cross action, but last end moment he changes his racket head towards the straight down the line. That is also good, development. And secondly, you need to be fit enough to play longer rallies, your endurance and your power endurance. See, endurance is something different. A lot of people talk about stamina. That's just a generic term. We need to understand that badminton is not just like a cycling or a marathon running. You don't run or you don't move at the same distance at the same speed. No, it's just a stop and use your movement in different directions. You crouch, you jump, you land, you squat. You do so many other things on the court, and then you hit smashes, and then you need to deliver that power even when going back and going forward, right? So there are so many multiple change of directions, and your muscle has to move into a different range of motions. So you need to understand the strength endurance, power endurance. All these things matter. So your badminton training format has to involve all these things, not to just follow your maybe your coaches or your forefathers have trained. So that's very, very important. So sorry, so that's the third one. Let me refresh that again. So first one is the attacking attacking style. The second one, you need to have that good endurance. The third one, you will have to have a good variations from the net. The first part. If you take your badminton court, if you're a player, and you're standing on in the center of the court. Let's divide it from three different. Let's divide the court for three areas. Areas in the near the net, then in the center, and in the back, right? So you need to have a good sense of variations from the net. Soft strokes, then deceptive strokes, good length, catching the right length. All these things matters, right? From the center, you need to have a good drive, and then jumping and attacking, like the way you saw in the video previously. Lakshya Sen was doing a good, fantastic drives, and then suddenly going on his overhead shot, and then hitting down the line, and then having a reverse slice cross towards the backhand side of Chowton Chai. So that is something, the third factor. Then the fourth factor is awareness, right? So you need to build that. I think this is something which is really related, Akash, towards the transition towards the seniors, that awareness of the drift, and you need to carefully choose your strokes. And the fifth one, I think you will have to do a good planning. You just cannot play many tournaments, because as juniors, maybe till 15 and 16, you will go through a growth spurt period. At that time, your coach has to really plan well how your training load will be. Otherwise, injuries are very common at that age. And then from maybe under 17 and 19, you are shifting to seniors. At that time, particularly, I would say a good planning of tournaments, the right level of tournaments, and the right challenges have to be designed in your program. If the challenges are not designed in that program, then the player might actually drift to a different situation, and his or her psychological expectation can go to a very different situation. They might be not training so hard, and then end up in a tournament expecting that they have to do well, or training too hard and then playing too many tournaments and screwing themselves up big time. I'm actually shortly leaving for training. Looking forward to catching you next time. Absolutely, Raf. Have a nice training time. Do you meet very often with Kashyap, Pranoy, Srikanth, or no? I keep texting them. I have not been so close to Kashyap, but yes, we are contemporary. We were contemporaries. Pranoy and Srikanth, I keep texting, and they are kind enough to text back. Vandana Kamath, yes. Thumbs up. Taste the thunder. She's my mom. Akash, sir, what are your thoughts about Kunlavut Vititsaran, who won the Junior World Championship thrice in a row, and he is also performing really well in the senior circuit as well? Yes, I think he is one of the right example for good transition. We have Victor Axelsen, very well planned as a junior, right? Lee Chong Wei was not a good junior player. He did well in seniors. So it's all individual timeline. There is no set. I don't believe they say that you have to be good in juniors and then you will have more chances to become better in seniors. No, it's not like that. It's all careful planning. Believe in your coach. If you really believe in your coach, then he or she, whoever the coach is, they will give you the right guidance. Sir, when will any Indian shuttler will hit mighty smashes like Lee Zizia or Victor? Have you seen Satvik Sairaj hitting smashes? Don't you think it is equal, or I think it's sometimes beyond Lee Zizia? If you're talking about especially for singles, I think, yeah, we might not have, but Pranoy is one player, I think he has equal good smashes. See, about Lee Zizia, he is still a raw kind of player. I would say that he's still not yet matured enough to be somebody like Lee Chong Wei. I think he has a wonderful future. He's very young right now. I think somewhere 22, 23. Because as I see that, he is very aggressive and he uses his smashes. He hits too hard smashes, not at the right time. Many of the times, he just keeps that pressure going on. If you would have seen the just before the Indonesian Masters, there was one tournament he played finals, Thailand Open, I think, yeah. So he beat that Chinese guy. At that time there was no variations at all. It was just like bang bang all the time. So he still has to develop variations in his game. And once, if he does that, and if his off court activities are balanced and managed, I think you can see a next superstar just like Lee Chongwei. I believe that with my research and predictions. Sir, your prediction for Indonesian Open men's singles and women's singles. Your prediction is Lee Zizia and TTY. No, no, you can stay. Talk to you later is something. Come on, Sarvesh, you can stay. I can stay another 3 more minutes. That's fine for me. Just kidding. I know TTY is Taizuing. Um, I think women's singles, I would say Chen Yufi has more chance if she's playing. I don't know. I've not seen the draw, but if she's playing, I think she has the chance because she's in a good form right now. So I think with this format, she can win. Or I would say some surprise from a Japanese player. There are a couple of good Japanese players who were playing. So cool. So I think we are on our end of our show. It was fantastic today. Happy birthday, Prakash Padukone, sir, and congratulations to all the people who have won in the Indonesian Masters, the Hatsu Indonesian Masters 2022. Thank you all for coming here. So quickly, last question: men's singles. I have no idea, but I would say my prediction would be again on Victor Axelsen if he's playing, or else I would say somebody from, I think again Chowton Chen. So he could be the one. Okay, thanks for coming. It was wonderful today. Have a wonderful week ahead. And please share, like the video. Yes, please like the video. I did not say that. I forgot. Please like the video, and because that will help with YouTube algorithm and it will reach more people, and I need more subscribers. Share it with your friends too. Thank you for watching. I'll see you soon. Have a wonderful week ahead. Bye bye.